Hi, this is Naushad. I'll take you through file handling in C. Well, what is a file? File can be defined as collection of records as shown below. This file is a collection of records such as USN, name, semester, email ID, and so on. Data can be stored permanently in a computer using files. These are the ways to store data permanently in computer. Number one, using databases such as Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL. Number two, using files such as text files, PDF files, Excel files, Word files, and so on. Using these ways, you can store data permanently in computer. In this video, we learn how to store and retrieve data using text files. So why files and file operations are important? Look at these files. This is a student information file which consists of name, mobile number, email ID. Say you want to send SMS to all students. Then you need to read from this file and extract phone numbers. Or say you want to send email to all students, then you need to read from this file and extract email IDs. So this process is called read operation. Look at this file. This consists of state, college, and department information. And say you want to generate reports of having a number of colleges in Andhra Pradesh, then you need to read from this file and process this. This operation is called read operation. These are various operations that can be performed on files, like opening an existing file using fopen function, reading from a file using getC or fscanf, writing to a file using fputC, fprintf, moving to a specific location in a file and reading the desired record using fseek, closing a file, fclose. Well, let us understand all these operations in detail. Reading from a file is nothing but taking data from a file and printing on console. You can see in this figure, you are reading from this text file and printing it on console. The program that what you write opens this file for reading and takes all that data and can write to another file or print on console. This whole process is called read operation. Writing to a file is nothing but read data from the keyboard and then write to a file. So the program that you are writing takes the data from the keyboard, opens a file for writing and writes the data. So this is called write operation. So before you do read or write operation, you need to open the file with a specific mode and then do the operations. Opening a file can be done with the help of fopen function that takes two arguments, file name and the mode. File name is the actual physical file that exists in the disk, and the mode can be read, write, append, or combinations of these. Upon successful opening of the file, the fopen function returns a pointer to the file that can be taken in a variable, and this pointer will have an address of the file that is open if it is successfully opened, or null if the open failed. So file open is successful or not can be checked with a if statement, something like this: open student file for reading, and if the return value is null, then the open failed, exit. Nothing to do. And if the open is successful, you can proceed in the else part for reading or any other operation that you want to do. So there are various file modes in which you can open the file, read, write, append. The first statement here, the fopen student.dat, the data file is open for reading. which means you can only read from this file, you cannot write. So the file is open for read. And the second one, fopen, the same file for writing. So the file is open for writing now. So you can write data into this. And then third one, the append mode, the same file student.dat data file is open for appending. So you can append data to the file. So what are the difference between these read, write and append mode? How they behave in a different ways in different situations. So let's see. When you open a file for reading, you can read from this, and the open fails due to various reasons. They are: file doesn't exist in the disk, file is there but you don't have the read permission, file data is corrupted. Due to these reasons, your open will fail and the open function will return a null. And when you open a file in write mode, if file does not exist, then it creates a new file. If it exists, then it opens the same file and overwrites the content. So that's the write mode. Whereas in the append mode, if file does not exist, then it creates a new file and writes it. And if it exists, then opens the file and appends the data. So the difference between write and append mode is that in the write, if file exists, then it overwrites the data. It will erase the old data. Whereas in the append mode, if file exists, it opens that file and keeps the old data, and the new data will be appended at the end of the file. So this is the append mode. Well, the open file should be closed at the end of either read or write operation, and that can be done with the help of fclose function that takes the file pointer that is connected to the file, and it will simply close the file. Well, you also need to check end of the file in file handling. Say you have opened a file for reading. Here the student file is open for reading, the R mode, and you read the data and display on console. How long you do this process? Lifelong? No. At some point you have to stop this operation. That is when you reach the end of file, that is EOF. So that can be checked with the help of EOF function, something like this. You open the file for reading, enter into a loop. As long as it is not EOF, keep doing your operation. This may be a reading and printing. What I'm trying to say is, if your EOF function returns true, then that is the end of the file. So you have to stop reading. Let's see how to read data from a file character by character. Look at this file where you have a character data stored in the file. So we don't know what exactly the file structure. We don't know what is the first field, second field, third field. We don't know what the record structure is. Then I'll go for character by character reading. Just need to open the file for reading with the fopen function with the file pointer and enter into a loop, something like this, while not at end of file. Keep reading the characters from the file with the getC function and then put them on console with the putchar. Keep doing this as long as it's not EOF. When it is EOF, come out of the loop, close the file and return 0. Let's check this program, how exactly this works. Reading character by character. So here in this program, what we are trying to do is open a file for reading, that is a data.txt file, and then read from this file character by character. So let's execute this. So the first character in the file is T, that is twinkle, and it's reading now character by character. You can just have an enter key to check this. Look at this, it's going character by character. Yeah, you can have a look at this. It's reading character by character, right? So because in your while loop, you are reading at a character at a time and then printing it, and then this getch is to wait for me to press a key just to check what is happening. So this way, you are reading character by character from the keyboard, from the file, and printing on console. And the other problem in this operation is that you cannot generate customized reports. Say you want to find out how many times twinkle occurs, how many times star occurs. Doing all these kind of reports is a little difficulty in this process. Second thing is reading data from a file line by line. This is the file given to you and I know what is there in the file. So the first field is the name and second field is the age. When I know the field structure and the record structure, I can read field by field or line by line, entire record at a time. Again, need to open the file for reading and have two variables, one for name and one for age. And then enter into a loop using fscanf that reads from the file into these two variables, name and age. And name is of type %s, the string, and then age is of type %d. And you are telling read from the pointer fp that's connected to the student.txt. So the fscanf will read from this file. Like scanf that reads from the keyboard, fscanf reads from the file. And after reading name and age, print that on console and go to the next record. Next record will be Mallappan 20. Read that and then go to the next record, Mohit. Keep doing that as long as not EOF. And when you reach EOF, come out of the while loop and simply close the file. And this method is used when we know what is there in the file. What is first field, second field, and so on. What is the record structure? When we know everything, then we can go for line by line. Let's check how this works. Reading data line by line. Look at this, you are opening the same file, student.txt for a reading and trying to read name and age at a time with the help of scanf and then print that on console. Well, so execute this and then you can see here it's reading the Siddharth and 17, the first line, and then next line Mallappa 20 and Mohit 17 and Meghna 25. So line by line it's trying to read from the file. Yes, so this is what the program looks like this. Open the file for reading, have two variables, name and age, because two fields are there in the file, and then as long as not EOF, keep reading from the file and then printing on console. And when you reach EOF, simply come out of the while loop and close the file. In the same way, we have the write operation, writing to a file. So here, you need to open the file for either write mode or append mode in this way. So look at here, student.txt is open for append, and then you are taking a name from the keyboard and then writing it to the file and close the file. So this program will take a name from the keyboard and write it to a file and close it. So let's see how this works. File writing. So this is the file, and right now you have Amar and Akbar, and let's write one more name to this. Enter your name, Anthony, and hit the enter. The name is written to the file. You can go and check here, open this file and see the Anthony is written. So this is because of the append mode. If you open the file in W mode, that's right, what it does is it opens that file called student.txt and will erase all the data that is there and writes newly. So let's run this. Enter your name, something called new name. Now just go to the file and check what happened. New name. I think I just forgot to save the program and build it. So after modification, just save the program here, save, and then build and run. So enter your name. Let's enter a different name, maybe run. Hit the enter key and then go to the file and check. So here, all that old data is erased and the new data RAM is written like this. So this is what the W mode is. Let's see the file copy program. So here we are trying to copy the contents of one file into another file, which means you have two files here. One is source file and the destination file. So the source file is open for reading and the destination file is open for writing. So with the two pointers, file 1 and file 2. And we are checking, can we open file 1 successfully or not? Because that is a source file that should exist in the disk. Then only copying can be done. If file 1 equal to null, which means file does not exist and no need to proceed further, exit here itself. Exit. And if file is there, then you go for copying with a while loop. As long as not EOF, read a character from the file and put into another file. Read from the file 1, put into file 2. Read from the file 1, put into file 2. So keep doing this as long as it's not end of file in file 1. And when you reach EOF in file 1, simply come out of the while loop and close both the files, file 1 and file 2. So that's what the program is. Let's see how this works. File copy program. So you have data file. This is what data file that is given to you, right? So you need to copy this file content into another file. Well, so the source file is data.txt and then the destination file is temp.txt that does not exist, but the program will create a new file because of the W mode. Well, let's see how this works. Build and run, and it says successfully copied, which means you just need to go to the folder where your program, see, it has created a temp file. Open this and you can see all that data that is copied. So now you have two files. One is data.txt and one more, temp.txt, with the same content as what there in the original file data.txt. So you can see here from the data it's copied into temp. So this is what file copy program is. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching.